Hi there everyone, it's time for another weekly update, and today I want to talk about something that really crystallized for me over the last week when I was out of town. I was sitting in the woods just kind of reflecting for a while. There's something about just being out in nature that really helps you take a look at your life and look at the events that are surrounding your life in maybe a more balanced perspective. Because, we all get caught up in the day-to-day thing, and we kind of get a little, it gets tweaked once in a while because we've got too much going on in our heads. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was something I see happening more and more as we move into this fall session, part of the year. And the events that are transpiring, or it sounds like they're going to be transpiring in the next, say, two months. It just seems that there's an escalating amount of fear going on as the global elite move forward very quickly to fulfill their dream of a new world order in which they are in control, and the peoples of the world are basically controlled to a greater degree than we are right now. We virtually have no privacy, no rights, and not exactly what we want, considering that we really treasure and value freedom. And this has come to mind as a result of emails that I was getting right before I left, and then the amount that I got after I left. It seems that there's a lot of very notable researchers and whistleblowers out there who are putting up websites and putting their lives on the line and the safety of those that they love to be able to share information with us that has been hidden about the activities of the global elite. And when I first read about them or I hear about them, my gut reaction is to be angry, to be afraid, frustrated. I want to lash out at somebody and get angry. But then I realize that, that is not what we're here for. And we are here to change the future, but we don't change it by doing the things that we've done over and over and over again. Because for many of us, we came from worlds that were destroyed or near destruction. They're having problems. We're not down here on philanthropic missions. We're down here to save our planets. And the one thing that we've learned is that when we fight, when we resist something, it continues to persist. In fact, an old friend of mine said to me, and I love this, he says the definition of insanity is doing something that we know doesn't work. And we've known it because we've tried it over and over and over, but we keep doing it hoping for a different outcome. Well, I apply that to this belief that we've got to fight, that we have to resist the virus, resist the swine flu vaccination, resist the global elite, resist this, resist that, fight this, fight that. How many times are we going to have to go through this before we figure it out that isn't going to work? That the only thing that works is to integrate rather than fight. So people go, well, what does that look like? Well, real simple. Integrating means looking at it, stepping back and looking at it more objectively without any judgment toward one side being bad or good, and go, like the creator of a play. Okay, you've got two sides and they're going to play out a drama. It is a game. It is a game of the highest order. It's called the game of soul evolution for us. And we look at it and go, well, okay, the global elite has to play the role of the ones who try to enslave and take away our power. And in so doing, they show us where we willingly give up our power out of fear. And the fear that we have is a fear of safety, because we don't believe that we can keep ourselves safe. We don't believe we can be secure. And the reality is, when we look outside for our safety, that's when we become enslaved. Because we become enslaved to somebody else by giving them our power to try, hoping that they will protect us. Well, So as the creator God and goddesses that we are, when we look at this from the outside, from the God perspective, we realize that all they're doing is taking the power that we're willingly giving them because we fear for our safety. So what else can they do except create more, dramatic and involved plans to be able to handle all the power that we're giving them? Because all they got to do is, pull two big towers, point in the direction they want us to go, which they've programmed us to, and say this is the culprit, which was right there for us, as in the case of 9/11, and many, many people will believe it. They will not do their research. They'll buy whatever they've been programmed to buy because that is the safe way. So the way out is through integration, not by fighting, but by understanding both sides. So when I say all this stuff about the swine flu, join this group, join that group, sign this petition, fight this, push for disclosure of the UFOs, all this stuff, I don't get involved because I realize that that is all part of the drama that has to be played out. We cannot figure out, and we will not stop giving our power away until it is painfully yanked away from us in the most graphic and overt manner. Look at to where we go, wait a minute, okay, I get it. So that's my little tip for today. All you starseeds, all you light workers, all you walk-ins out there, everybody listening to this message, think about it. If you resist, it will persist. The answer is compassion. Compassion is being able to view both sides and understand the drama, to see that there's a value. We cannot know what we want, nor will we go for what we want, putting aside all fears unless we are shown in a way that really hits home what it is we don't want. And that is the job of the global elite. So as much as I don't like what I see, I still find a value in it and I respect it because I know that's the way it goes. So when the time comes, if I am forced to take the flu virus, I'm going to take it because I realize that if I fear it, it will control me. It's like anything else. You can be around a sick child with pneumonia or flu, but if you don't fear it, if you don't have any need for it, you will not get sick. So that's the way I look at the flu virus. That's the way I look at all this stuff. I'm not going to fear it. I'm not going to resist it. I'm going to find a value in it, and then it will not affect me. Because all this is based on carbon DNA. Remember, we're here to change our DNA by integrating. So hopefully that'll make sense to you. If not, I'm sure I'll get plenty of hate mail. And what I suggest to all of you to do who are confused, just go to the website. There's many articles on compassion where I've taken different things like President Bush through the formula of compassion, and maybe that'll begin to make sense to you why doing what Gandhi did when he basically brought the British forces to their knees, he did not fight. He did not resist. That's exactly what we need to do. And when we're sick and tired of fighting, and because every time we fight, they grow bigger. Maybe one day we'll figure it out and we'll integrate and we'll end all this. And it'll be over. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.